Hi everybody. So I just wanted to state that I realize that this is a very big collection that has chapters and parts, and all the holiday collections do that. It's typical of MAC. So if you're a little overwhelmed, I'm going to cut the mustard for you, so to speak. The brushes, they're not the same quality as standard MAC brushes, as several people have already stated. The eyeshadows, they don't seem to swatch out quite as nice. The beauty powders and blushes, some are permanent, some are re-promotes, and it's quite a bit, and I don't feel that there's that much product in them to begin with. And then I don't need like the pigment and the mascara sets and stuff like that, because a lot of the items are already permanent. So if you were looking to save some money, I'd probably just avoid the sets like from chapter 1 or whatever, unless you really want that Tartan stuff. If I were in the market for the Tartan stuff, the packaging, I'd probably just get the teddy bear and the Viva Glam 5 bag, because all proceeds go to AIDS with the teddy bear and the Viva Glam 5 bag, plus you get the plaid stuff. Also wanted to state that I generally buy stuff, especially around Christmas, that's good for the cause, but any time of year I'm always down for Viva Glam 5 and Smashbox, Make-A-Wish. So yeah, probably will be buying the Viva Glam 5 bag just because of the proceeds, and I really want the gloss. Yeah, so that is that. And let us get on with the stuff I did buy. Now I know my face charts are already uploaded, and I'm sorry I barely used anything from Max the Tartan Tail, and then the reason why I did that is so that I can teach you that you really do not need the exact same products to get the look, So I got 2 eyeshadows from this. With my discount, they're not $19.50, but I got Semi Precious and I got Glamour Castle. What's interesting about these shadows is, yes, they do have that plaid in them that, obviously it's not going to transfer to the eyes, and why would it? It would be very weird if it did. But here is Semi Precious, and I got this because I had blogged about it before as looking like it was a more pigmented purple shower, and it's got that chocolate plaid in there. I'm not really sure what finish this is. It's not the most opaque thing that MAC has ever done, but that is Semi Precious, and I wish that they had used this on a face chart, and I think it's kind of silly that they did not, because I think this is the prettiest one of the eyeshadows. Moving on to Glamour Castle, I picked up this color because I thought it would make a great thing to enhance eyeshadows with, any smoky look, whether it was a lid crease or whatever. That was sort of a pretty gray. It was an interesting gray. That's Glamour Castle. And I left Golden Crown, Enviably Fun, and that peach one behind because I just didn't think that they were noteworthy. But those to me were more like, I could definitely get some use out of those. And this color to me was the most interesting, Semi Precious. Up next is the Family Crest and Later. Now I know that Later is a re-promote from Alice and Olivia, but I kicked myself in the blah 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 a million times because I did not pick up Later. And it was much later when I realized that it was a beautiful black and purple color. And it seems to have blue and violet reflex. Oh, that is Later. And I cannot wait to do a smoky look with it. I've been digging purple eyes this year. Someone at my work was like, this is one color you never use is purple, and I love it when I love it when you do use it, but you use it like once a year. So I've been doing purple eyes more this year than any other year of my life. And then I also picked up the Family Crest because I blogged about wanting to see this one. I actually thought that Family Crest was going to be a plaid shadow, but it turns out it was a pigment. And this is also a really cool color. I have a really cool idea to use this in mind. And I'll be doing, my own renditions of looks, since MAC's face charts didn't use certain things. Didn't use any of the pigments, and I don't get that, but what can you do? Here is Family Crest. It's a bronze with gold shimmer. You could use this all over the lid. You could do a sheer wash of it. You can use it in the crease. You can use it in the outer corner for depth. You could use it wet. You can use it dry. I think it's a really beautiful color. And I also wanted to state for the record, another reason why I didn't want to buy the lip, eye, cheek, and face kits is because I feel that the quality for the kits is not as good for the eyeshadows. They're not as good as standard MAC eyeshadows. And I have to pay full price as well. I might end up getting a pigment set later. But I haven't seen them in person. I guess it's a Nordstrom exclusive, the pigments or the nail lacquers. But I also picked up from the cheeks. I got Her Blooming Cheek. It's very common in a lot of European Americans or Europeans to have very, very rosy cheeks. And I think that's probably why they decided to do this hot pink color. I wish this was permanent. This is the prettiest pink MAC makes. And has made, and it is this beautiful satin finish, and it goes on so rosy. I just love it. It looks to me like that Smashbox. Steel also has one out, just like a really bold hot pink blush that looks very beautiful on. And then I also decided to pick up my Highland Honey. I'm wearing it now, and the reason why I picked this color up is because I kept reading about how many people liked it. But when I swatched it, it didn't look like much, but I think it's really pretty on with my bronzer. And that is my Highland Honey. The one I ended up swatching right before I bought this came true to, you know, looking similar to In the Pan. But I was like, the only really soft blush I do own is a Mineralized Skin Finish, and those are almost too soft. So I thought that this would be a great one. For lipsticks, I think I probably got the most unique lipstick haul here. But I backed to MAC for one of these. I backed to MAC for the Fairy Glen. And the reason why I picked up the Fairy Glen was because it was either this and I've been wanting Blankety, but I was like, oh, I might as well get the one I can't get all the time, and I could back to MAC for Blankety later. So I decided to pick up the Fairy Glen, and it is a luster. I'm wearing it now. I have Too Faced Glamour Gloss in Champagne Room on top of it though. But that is the Fairy Glen right there. And it's a more pinky version of Freckle Tone. So that is my back to MAC. And I also got two other lipsticks from this collection. I paid for Full Fuchsia, which is a Pro color. It is an amplified. And now I know that I can get Pro anytime, but I never really paid attention to this color until I saw it with the collection, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this because it's hot pink. If you watch some of my earlier videos here on YouTube, you know I like a bright pink lipstick, so I was like, I might as well get something I know I'm gonna wear, and I don't remember having an amplified stark pink. So I was like, this is a good one that I know I'm gonna love, and here it is. And I'd rather have something, even if I can get it all the time, something I know I'm going to wear and love. That's more important to me because when you're wearing it on the street, no one's going to know if it's limited edition or not. So get what you love. And then I probably got the lipstick that nobody else is buying from this collection. I didn't see the point in getting Cut a Caper because it's a re-promote and it's peach, it's a luster. Bleh. I'm not typically a fan of lusters, even though I bought the Fairy Glen. Or back to MAC for it. But here is The Deepest Wish. And what a beautiful holiday name. And if you like film noir or anything like that, ooh, this to me looks like a lipstick version of Night Moth, which I've seen a few people buy now here on YouTube. But here is Deepest Wish. And I think that this is going to be slightly more wearable than film noir. It's got a sheen to it because it's an amplified, but it's really very pretty, and it's more of a currenty vino color. Film Noir is definitely more brown. So I'm sorry that my Tartan Tail haul is late, but it was a little collective, and of course I had my contest and my gifts to mail to Lurfa Gal. I wanted to get those first before indulging, and save my money before I picked all these suckers up as well. But yeah, I will talk to you later. Bye.